Okay, from here, now I'm gonna make a video longer than 1 minute. So this will still be a vertical video, but it'll be longer than 1 minute. Okay, so I'm in Santa Marta, Colombia, specifically in, I am in, yeah, anyway, I'm Centro, just walking around. And Centro is pretty big. And I have made other videos up to 1 minute long, but now because I've made so many, I don't want to have to upload so many, so I'll just continue making one longer video. Okay, so I'm on here at a Friday night, and Centro has a lot of things to do. There's a lot of restaurants, there's a lot of shopping you can do, there's parks, and honestly I think Centro is kind of nice. I live in a different part of Santa Marta, but Centro is nice to come to at least once a week. And one thing I do like about this country is often there's street art, and sometimes the street art is pretty good. And you'll notice there was 2 people. Now there's 2 people again on a motorcycle. It's very common here. Actually, there's 3 people on one motorcycle. I think one time in Indonesia I saw at least 4 people on a motorcycle. Okay, so it's a bit of a walk, but I think down that way is the actual ocean. And since for this video I'm making longer videos, I think that I'll show you more. And I like not being restricted by 1 minute. And as I mentioned, often the street art is pretty good in Colombia. I think that's a really interesting picture. I honestly don't really understand what it is. It's either a caiman, a crocodile, or an alligator shooting a laser. And I don't know what you would call that. Almost like a mermaid, except half fish. It's half human, half octopus, maybe. And as I mentioned, now I think I really like making these longer videos. because when I restrict myself to only 1 minute, it makes it a lot harder to try to show you more interesting things. I mean, I could just produce multiple videos, but that does get difficult to upload. And I don't think I've ever actually been down this street before. I've been to different parts of this part of the city, but I've never walked down this aisle before. As I mentioned, I think that's the ocean, but I could actually be wrong down that way, but I think it is. Let's say I'm 90% sure. And one thing I do kind of like about this city is that it can get pretty chaotic, but there's an order to the chaos in a way. And you'll sometimes see these types of fruit sellers, fruit vendors on the sides of the roads. I don't know what this is. So this is the first time I'm filming a long video in vertical form on my phone. I have a camcorder, but I haven't used it in a while, and I was thinking of getting a new camera. But as I mentioned, I've previously been uploading basically multiple 1-minute videos at a time, but that does get quite difficult to upload so many, especially since I'm uploading to multiple networks. Okay, so I was right. Coming up is the ocean. And this is an interesting thing to note. These buses here are party buses. So people will get on these buses and basically party. They'll blast loud music and they'll just party. And the interesting thing is, like, random people can get on the bus. So it could be that one person books the entire bus, but they'll basically let anyone on. So it's a very foreign concept to me. I've never done something like this before, but you'll sometimes see these buses driving around in the city blasting music and people are partying on them. And over there, I think it is a big port. Okay, one thing to note is that people really like dogs here, and you'll definitely see people having dogs as pets, and then there's going to be lots of these stray dogs. Most of these dogs look very similar. Okay, this dog seems, I was trying to pet it, but it seems a bit scared. Okay, and as I was saying, there's a big port there, I think. I've seen a lot of big ships. So this seems like it's a big port. I don't know if it's the biggest port that on the Atlantic, probably not, that Colombia has, but certainly one of the big ones. And I'll try to walk a little bit closer, show you the port. Again, like I've said, it's a lot of stray dogs, and most of them look like a very similar breed. Okay, here you've got some mini sort of restaurants. Then you've got all these boats. You've got nice boats over there. Again, that looks like a port. Those huge cargo containers. And actually, I think that's a ship right there. I'm not sure if you can tell. But it looks like there's... Actually, I could be wrong. But I think there's actually a ship right next to the port. Yeah, I think there is. I think that's a ship. And you've got people taking the containers off. And it looks like way off in the distance there's a lighthouse. Never noticed that one before. But it's kind of interesting. I don't know what type of ship that is, but that is, or a big boat at least. It looks there's a, I don't know if that's a cargo ship out there. And then in the, in that area seems to be a lot of nice boats, expensive boats that people with money might buy for fun. Okay, like I said, there's a party bus. So those are the party buses are like that. And then the blue buses are just ordinary public transport buses. I've never seen anything like this before. It's kind of interesting. It's gas powered. Ice cream, interesting. Portable, gas-powered ice cream maker. Okay, along the beach, got a Juan Valdez. It's a nice type of, it's kind of like a Starbucks version in Colombia. It's like a version of Colombia. It's a different, it's like a version of Starbucks. Slightly less expensive, but it's pretty good quality. And I would often go to Juan Valdez's in a different city to study because they often have good Wi-Fi and you can stay there as long as you buy something. And along the beach, there seems to be a bit of snacks. I don't think I've had anything along this beach, but some of the food looks okay. Then you've got a vendor selling looks like touristy items. Okay, and I'll show you this big statue and then this thing that says "Love Santa Marta." Okay, and across the street there is, I think that's a library, but I've not actually been inside. And it's named after a man who's on the 50,000 peso bill. Their Nobel Prize winning author. Okay, I think that across is Boulevard Park. And this is a statue of the founder of the city. And I forgot what his name is. I think it'll say on, hopefully it'll say. Well, maybe not. But anyway, I'm pretty sure he's the founder. And if you look at his armor, looks like a conquistador. Okay, so I'll walk along a bit of the beach more, and then I'll show you the Boulevard Park and next to that library. Okay, and here's one thing that I like, which is they have these things in this city, which is basically like an outside gym. You've got all these exercise machines you can work on, and they're free to use. So I like that. And kids seem to be using it like a playpen, but I don't think it's meant to be like that. So you've got the pull-up bars here, and it's they have those types of things in Singapore and Hong Kong, and I think having outdoor gyms is a pretty nice thing to have. All right, here's the ocean. And this is something I don't actually know what is at the top there. I have no idea what this structure is for. But I think I'll try to walk to the pier, like I mentioned. Try to walk to the pier and then walk to Boulevard Park, and maybe I can end the video there. So here's a vendor selling ice cream. And yeah, so there's more of a beach here. Over on this other side, it's not really much of a beach. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, there are there are a lot of people out, and Yeah, so today's a Friday night. Right now is a Friday night. And you can see the sand here. Okay, so I'm gonna try to walk to the pier and see how far I can get. And then I'll walk back to Boulevard Park. And those buildings look like high-rise apartment buildings, flats. See, there are some really nice boats there. It's probably quite expensive to maintain those boats and to store them.
¿Qué hay, mi hermanito? ¿Cómo estás?
A esta hora los 10 cupos ellos salen, hasta con 7 cupos salen.
Hey, Hero, what? I don't think I'll be able to get much further past. So I imagine there's security right at the pier to get to the nice boats. But from here, I think it's nice. Okay, I'm gonna pause the video for just a moment and continue on.